My name's Rachel Strisino. I'm the programme lead for the Early Childhood Foundation degree in partnership with the University of Warwick, but I'm at North Warwickshire and South Leicestershire College. So I sort of struggled a little bit at school, but I realised that actually that was not about my level of intelligence, it's just that school didn't really suit how I learned. So I went back and resat GCSEs and then decided I wanted to do a degree. Enrolled onto 2+2 in early childhood studies and then went on to graduate. My day of graduation I got offered a job working in a further education college and I've carried on ever since. The best part about working with CLL students is that they're all about widening participation. They often engage in the foundation degree and they've got such a strong passion about working with babies and young children, and they've got such a lot of pride in what they do. And for us as tutors, the satisfaction is basically seeing those connections they're making about what they already know in practice and us stretching them to that higher level. None of them stayed the same with regards to how they entered the programme. They all develop in confidence in terms of skill set, and also they see a lot of pride in what they're actually achieving as well as us as tutors. I don't think when you start on the early childhood degree that you would necessarily envisage that it is a community, but it absolutely is. Very, very early on, students create their own social media page where they share how they're feeling, they get tips and advice from each other, so they collaborate really, really well. We've also created an early childhood blog, which at the moment we're trying to get students to engage in, but it's a really good platform for keeping those connections going. And because the degree to gain the honours level is over 4 years, you do spend a lot of time with each other. You go through the ups and downs, and we do as students, as tutors as well. We've been there the same as students, and we've got to this point now, but we experience a lot of what you're going through, so we engage in that community with you along the journey. We want you to be considering that if you were to enrol on the Early Childhood Foundation degree, all of the other commitments that you've currently got, such as your job and your family, life doesn't stop when you start on a degree programme. So you really need to seriously think about, are you going to be able to dedicate the time to do justice to the degree, to give yourself headspace time to think about what you're really going to be studying and to enjoy it rather than feeling that you are stretched. The interview process is basically you complete an application form which includes a personal statement, around about 500 words, really selling why you would like to be considered to do this degree in early childhood. Once we've received all of the necessary documents for your application, you're called to attend an interview here at the university campus on Westwood. The next stage is you attend on a specific day, and either myself or another colleague from the early childhood team give you an overview of the modules and sort of what to expect on the degree. And again, at that point you're allowed, we encourage you to ask questions and make notes. Even if you don't feel like asking a question then, you can ask us later in the day. The second stage is a short written assessment. Usually takes about an hour. Third stage to the day is that you then meet for a one-to-one interview with myself or a colleague. And again, that's your opportunity to shine. If you've been thinking about things as you're going along, ask us questions. It's just as much about you as it is about us assessing your suitability for the programme. The Partnership College at North Warwickshire and South Leicestershire College, we work so closely with colleagues here at the university. I would suggest that the way that we work with it, the students are so well amalgamated into Warwick life right from day one. I think because we do the interview here and there are Saturday schools, 6 of those a year, and also you see tutors from the university coming to the college to do the student staff liaison committee. We don't see a real them and us with regards to the Warwick students and the college-based students. Again, I work so closely with all of the tutors here on the early years programme that you would not know any difference. We collaborate on what material is going to be taught, we collaborate on reading lists, on the assessment. Everything that you get here is pretty much the mirror image of what you would get if you did the course at the college. Students often reflect in the classroom about the changes that are occurring, and sometimes that can be quite mixed. Students who have got a supportive employer find that their employer is eager to put into practice the new skills and level of knowledge that they are bringing back to the setting with them. Some practices aren't as supportive, and what we find is that students become a little frustrated with that. So sometimes they actually start to look at career development even whilst they're doing the foundation degree. And some of them look at exiting where they are working and they go into doing other work, such as working with children and families. We have a number of students who then go on to work with local authorities, to work more as family support. So this degree isn't narrow in terms that you're only going to be working in an early year setting or in reception or year one. It's everything, the whole package about working with children and families from birth to 7. Been privileged to be invited to attend the graduation ceremony for quite a few years now, and it's one of the best days that each time of the year. I don't think unless you've ever experienced a graduation ceremony you can really explain to somebody the level of emotion and pride that is there when you attend a graduation, but it is really, really special. So you have a graduation ceremony both for your foundation degree, and if you can continue on to your BA, you'll also have a second graduation ceremony that you're invited to for your BA ceremony, and yes, I will be there at both of them.